Hi, so there were a couple of issues regarding this heating thing or something, which basically boils everything or you use it to fry on a pan or something. Well, I don't know the exact word, but I still call it a thing because most of the time it's really useless. But you may ask, why it's useless? Why it's not useful? Well, there are many issues that I don't want to mention today, especially this one. But the most important thing
Are the
is the controls.
controls.
If I should say it very simply, these controls are
Somewhat
complicated or
dumb or
simple. I don't know, but
retarded.
they somehow work. So, the first thing, when you plug this thing into the electricity, if you don't know,
Or like not
there
knowledge.
is this cable leading somewhere
To
to
power
something
block.
and you should connect it to this power outlet. Okay, when you have it connected, for now ignore that flashing. The flashing
Means
signifies
that
that the plots are hot, but they are.
they burned my hands.
They are, but you get the point. So, to turn it on, you press this button, and to set temperature of either of those circles, well, the thing works by heating up that circle. So
You don't need any specialized item or a
something. You
cooking
just must
device
put
or a
this in.
cooking
Doesn't matter.
pot.
You just spice it, throw stuff you want to cook, and you're done. You don't need to buy an inductive pan or one of those mumbo
Magical.
jumbo things that instantly make everything hot and solve the world's hunger. Well, mostly. So, to enable in either of those circles, you have to first press either of those buttons. This button represents this circle, this button, that circle. You press it, and you press either plus or minus.
And
And as
as
you
you
should
may see,
notice, you can set the power level from 0 to 9. 9 is the highest, 0 is off, 1 is the lowest. And we can try it on the other one. See? It is up. But I'll turn both of them off. You'll get used to it. Setting those power levels to 0 and everything. Well, and that's the power setting part explained. Then what the hell are these two buttons? Well, the first one is obviously a lock. And what does the lock do? Well, it restricts you from using any buttons with
except
exception for the
for
lock button and the power button. So you may ask, how do I disable the lock? Well, there is only one way. First, I will show you the wrong way. The wrong way is to turn it off. Why may I ask? Because the lock persists when you turn it off and on, unless you pull it straight from the power plug. But we are smart beings, and we know that there should be a way without.
have you tried turning it off and on?
There is one. So you turn it on and press and hold the lock. Done. Now you can set everything as you want it to. And the second thing is a timer. The timer basically only helps you to set a timer to remind you when to turn off the thing, something. And you simply set the time, for example, for 5 minutes. And when it stops flashing, it will start counting down those 5 minutes. and when those 5 minutes will
pass,
pass, it will start beeping very loudly.
you won't be
You won't
able to ignore it.
But so I will turn that off. You can turn it off by simply tapping it and letting it idle out on 0, 0. And that should be mostly it. But there is one thing left, and that's this flashing. This will flash only if the plates are hot. So if you start cooking and turn it off, this thing will
Start
will
flashing
flash
until it cools
until
off.
the... Okay, that should be all.